Baseball Trivia Show with more questions on baseball. Get that baseball cap on. Start thinking. Where did the Brooklyn Dodgers move to when they moved from Brooklyn, New York? Was it A, Seattle, Washington, B, Atlanta, Georgia, C, Kansas City, Kansas, or D, Los Angeles, California? And the answer to that one is D. The Brooklyn Dodgers moved to Los Angeles, California and became known as the Los Angeles Dodgers. In 1995, who won the Central American League Division in baseball and by how many games? Get the thinking cap going here. Was it A, the Detroit Tigers by 20 games, B, Chicago White Sox by 30 games, C, Cleveland Indians by 30 games, or D, the Kansas City Royals by 10 games? Well, the answer is C. The Cleveland Indians won the Central Division that year by 30 games with a baseball average of .694. And the next question is, who won the World Series in 2010 now? Get that thinking cap on here. And think about these teams that we are going to see here. Was it A, the New York Yankees, B, the Chicago White Sox, C, the Detroit Tigers, or D, the San Francisco Giants? Well, the answer, of course, is D. The San Francisco Giants won the 2010 World Series. And here we go with the next one. Who won the World Series in 2005 now? And we're going back a little bit. So was it A, the Detroit Tigers, B, the New York Yankees, C, the Chicago White Sox, or D, the San Francisco Giants? And the answer to that one is, of course, C. The Chicago White Sox won the World Series that year against the Houston Astros that year. Well, here's some more hard questions here. Who won the World Series in 1984 now? We're going back a few years here, so get that thinking cap going. And was it, of course, A, the New York Yankees, B, the Atlanta Braves, C, the Detroit Tigers, or D, no one? They went on strike. Well, the answer to that one is C. The Detroit Tigers, of course, won the World Series that year. Well, how are we doing these trivia questions in baseball? I hope you're doing well. And right now, we'll get back to your baseball show here. Get your scores, your stats, and all the information from your good coaches out there. And we'll be right back with some more trivial baseball questions here. Welcome back to Baseball Trivia. It's time to play ball. And get your thinking caps back out because we have some more baseball trivia questions that if you get those thinking caps on again, we're going to test your knowledge. And the first question is, who was the great Wagner in baseball history? Now, this is going back a few years now, so some of the older fans might know the answers. Some of the younger fans might not. Was it A, some smart guy who played baseball well? B, he played pranks on the umpires? C, just another baseball player? Or D, a player who hit 100 career home runs and 5 grand slams? What is the answer to that question? So we think about that answer, and the answer is D. The great Wagner was known as Honus Wagner, who had hit 100 home runs in his career, and he had 5 grand slams. That's quite a feat in baseball to have because baseball is baseball. Question. Who did Norman Cash play Major League Baseball for? Now, the older fans might know this, but what about you younger fans? What team did this guy play baseball for? Here are the selections. A, the St. Louis Cardinals, B, the Chicago Cubs, C, the Detroit Tigers, or D, the Baltimore Orioles. Which team did this guy play for? And if you Tiger fans or the other fans know the history, what do you think the answer is? The answer is C. Norman Cash played baseball with the Detroit Tigers. So, here we go with some more tough questions in history of baseball. Get those thinking caps going. What team did Earl Weaver manage in baseball? Now, we got managers and players and all kinds of things going on in baseball, but what team did he manage baseball? Was it A, the New York Yankees, B, the Los Angeles Dodgers, C, the Baltimore Orioles, or D, the Detroit Tigers? And this may be going back a few more years, but hey, you should know this one if you're an older fan. The answer is C. Earl Weaver was the manager of the Baltimore Orioles. And how long was he the manager for? That's another good question we can ask our fans out there who know baseball. Earl Weaver managed the Baltimore Orioles from 1968 to 1982 and 1985 to 1986. 17 years total in baseball. So hey, you gotta love baseball to be a manager of a coach that long. So, on with some more questions here. True or false? Sparky Anderson coached both the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers. So how well do you think you know your baseball history here? Is that true or false? And the answer to that one is false. Sparky Anderson managed the Cincinnati Reds and the Detroit Tigers. So you gotta know your baseball history. And here comes another tough question up for you baseball fans. True or false? Sammy Sosa of the Chicago Cubs never used a cork bat. What do you think you know about that history? Was he on it? Was it true or false? The answer is false. Sammy Sosa was caught using a cork bat and was ejected from the game in the first inning. So the moral of that story is, of course, don't use cork bats. They're illegal. It will never help you being a good player, never help you get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. So, for you coaches, keep calling in to our announcers here at the station with your scores, your stats, and everything else so that the fans can know what's going on in your area. So, it's time to get some hot dogs, pop, or your mom's good old apple pie. Sit back, relax, keep that thinking cap back on. And we'll be back in a few moments of the show. And welcome back to Baseball Trivia Questions, Final 8 questions. What is the 7th inning stretch in baseball? And the choices are A, time to yell at the umpires, B, time to take a brief nap, C, time for the coach to yell at the players, or D, time to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" while the organ is playing. So what is the selection of that purpose of the 7th inning stretch? And the answer is D. It's time to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" with the organ playing. Hey, you gotta have fun in baseball. That's the time to have fun after a long, hard time of playing. So, continuing on. What year did the fans in Chicago blow up the disco records and the rock and roll records in center field at Comiskey Park? And the choices are A, 1917, B, 1968, C, 1978, or D, 2005. What year did that happen? The answer is C. It was 1978 when the famous event took place at Comiskey Park at the old Chicago White Sox ballpark. And here's some more questions. Who did Bill Freehan play Major League Baseball for? Get those thinking caps on. Here are the selections. A, the Texas Rangers, B, the Detroit Tigers, C, the San Francisco Giants, or D, the San Diego Padres? Well, the answer to that one is B. Bill Freehan played for the Detroit Tigers from 1961 to 1976. Good history for you Tiger fans out there to remember. And the next question is, true or false? Fred Haney played for the Detroit Tigers in 1922, hit 8 home runs for them when he started for them. And the answer is false. Fred Haney started for the Detroit Tigers in 1922, but never hit a home run that year. So, here we go. The next question. And in fact, it's the last question for the show. For all you baseball fans out there, know your history. Here we go. How many games did the New York Yankees win the World Series in baseball? How many major World Series did they win? And that's A, 0, B, 20, C, 60, or D, 27. How well do you know your history? Well, the answer is D. The New York Yankees have won 27 World Series in their long history of baseball. Well, that's all for the trivia show. I'm your producer, Alan Wegner, your host. And hey, baseball's fun. You just got to go out there and enjoy the game and enjoy all the events that take place. But be a good fan and support your teams, whoever they are, wherever they are, American League, National League, and keep on enjoying baseball. And I hope you have a good season this year. Until next year, I'm your host, Alan Wegener.